family. This is Sugar from c.wsugar Inspirations and Designs. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a bedroom tour of the guest room quarters. Yes, it's going to be the guest bathroom and the bedroom. And in those areas, I have some art that I want to talk about. Now, these two rooms, as you see the tour, it'll be kind of like I don't want to say a dumping ground, but I redecorated or I repurposed my master bedroom, comforter set and curtains and all of that. And I mean, they were still very nice. I just wanted to get something different for the master. So I ended up repurposing all of those things into the guest room, including the bed and some of the other items in there. Now, in this room, I'm also gonna show the art that's in there. Some of it is old and some of it is new. But if you know me, you'll know that I love art and I love vessels, vases, especially floor vases. I have no more room for a floor vase, but I'm just drawn to it. And I have a good friend in Illinois, Amanda, and she'll always say, girl, you and them vases. I love them. But I also want to talk about how my love for thrifting and finding these vases and pieces of art came about. I would say about maybe 10 years ago, I started going through store shopping with a couple of my friends, Amanda, Gloria, or whatever. So what we would do is we would give ourselves an allowance every 2 weeks at pay period, and it would be $20. And we would use that $20 to go yard sales, because then they didn't have Facebook Market and OfferUp. So you had to actually do your work and find out who had a yard sale, or just drive and see that little sign, yard sale and the arrow, and you just kind of scurry on. I used to work on Saturdays at the bank. It was so hard. My shift was from 11 to 1 on Saturdays, and I mean, I would have to hold the steering wheel because it would just try to drive over into a yard sale in my favorite neighborhood there in Orland, and it was hard. And I would just try to come out and see if something was left at 1 p.m. But that was a pretty cool shift, But anyway, we would have these days to go out and look for treasures, and boy, oh boy, we would find them. My friend Gloria and I actually went out one particular day, and she would get the Weekly Trader and a little newspaper, and it would advertise who was having a yard sale, and they would have barbecue grills and chairs, and it'll either say dining, so you kind of get an idea. I think I want to check this one out. And so this particular Saturday, she was looking for a barbecue grill. I was looking for kitchen chairs, dining chairs, because I found a new table way north for $40, a really nice hardwood table, because I was trying to furnish an apartment I had. And so we set out to go find these treasures, and we had our little money ready, and we went to several places, and Gloria would kind of mark off in the Weekly Reader newspaper that was. She would mark off which house we would go to, and I noticed that, hey, these people was at the last house we were at. And we found out they had the same paper. So we would actually go from house to house like, wait a minute, they're gonna hurry up, so we better hurry up. So we would kind of go through real quick and try to beat them, and they was trying to beat us, and so we would jump out the car and shut the doors like we were going to do big business. And it was all just trying to see what this estate sale had or whatever. And so that day, I did find 4 chairs, and one was broken. And so she gave it to me for free. So I got 3 chairs for, I think, $25. That's pretty good. And I also found some Japanese screens I still have. They traveled from the living room to my dining room to the kitchen. And I have in my master bedroom right now. And Gloria came out with a mink stole for $5. But I tell you, those were some of the best days, as far as shopping, and just, man, we would be so tired at the end of the day, like we had been to work, or the Swaparama. You from Illinois, you know about the Swaparama. And you can just find things, and I don't know what it is. It's just something fulfilling about finding something of great value for a tenth of the price or a quarter of the price. So like I showed in my last video, my jazz scene from Lee Reynolds, it was $40, you know, and I know it's clearly over $300 or $400, so, or more, you know, but yeah, so it's always good to go out, you put your work in, get you a treasure, and also you're redecorating your home. And just working from a budget, you know, it's something about being able to go out and spend money. I'm a shopper, but I have to stay within a budget, you know, so you can still decorate without having a lot. You don't have to start new. It was a thing when I was younger about having to go to the thrift store. We would call it AmVets or whatever, and it was a place of shame, you know, like, oh my God, we don't have new clothes. We had to go to the thrift store, whatever, especially after my dad died, and my mom was very frugal. Now, she was in a really good place, you know, she was, you know, had awesome credit, and she's doing really well. We had a beautiful home, you know, but she was very frugal, and so if she could find cost savings, she would. And I'm the same way now. I'm like, I don't have to go to the thrift store, but I love it. I love looking, and I remember I was looking for this particular pot set, and I had another good friend of mine, Karen. It was called, I'm forgetting the name, the Chantal pottery. It's like, now it's Rachel Ray. We have the beautiful ceramic in blues and pinks. So Chantal was a very good name. You can still find some pieces, and it's pretty expensive. So I would literally go through, I'm at the thrift store and I'm turning over plates, you know, pots, and trying to figure out, well, what is this brand? And I would really I found a whole little set of bakeware shaped like in stars and oval baking dishes. So it's a good place to just kind of have a good time. It's very relaxing, scouting around, finding something very nice. So you don't have to have a lot of money to do some things to spruce up your place. However, like I said, I always say if it's a small place or a large place, you can find treasures. And now we have the wonderful internet, and we have OfferUp, which OfferUp just bought Let Go. So you get 2 for 1 over there, and then you still have Craigslist and Facebook Market. So feel free to browse. And I can put in the search for what I want, and I'll just put in oil painting. I love oil painting. And one of the designer tips I would often say is I wanted to make sure if my art was oil, it was all oil. If I was going to have art behind glass, it would be behind glass, but I prefer it not to be. And I wanted frames. I love frames, but now I have a lot of gallery wrapped, where it's just the canvas. But when I was in classes for becoming an interior decorator, one of the decorators told me that it can be eclectic now, so to speak. It doesn't have to all be one thing, you know, behind glass or all framed and all in the same color frame. So, you know, feel free. If you have some pieces, and you may shop in your relatives, grandparents, they might have some old pieces, especially mid-century. Just go shop, find some things, have a lot of fun, and that's what I like to do. So I'm going to close here with my talking, and we're going to get to the guest room tour. And a lot of the pieces, as far as the covers and the drapery and the shower curtain, is Cross Seal Galleria. I love it. I got that brand. I got it at Macy's, and so it still works here. So enjoy your day, and I'll be back. Okay, family, we're going to start with our guest wing. Makes it sound big, but this is the bathroom. Dig the green sink. I really like it. It's a Carruthers home, and they like color, so I incorporated some color as well. I painted over that picture with the green and the red to kind of incorporate all the colors I was coordinating. This is another piece I painted over a few years ago, and it just happened to match, so I added that one as well. Tassels always make a difference, and it'll help dress up your little towel arrangement. So maybe you want to try that. So now we are entering into the guest bedroom. I love rich colors. My middle grandson, Little Dre, says, "Well, Grandma, why your bedroom so dark?" because I had all the rich colors. So I updated my master, and this is going to be the room with all the rich colors. This piece right here is a part of the Artistic Impressions black art. And I just incorporated some of the other items I found at the thrift store. The 2 tall plaques and this art over the bed. I got that from Goodwill. And I have my guest towels waiting for my guest. You are welcome. I'm actually going to add some mints when I get some guests. This beautiful little pot I got from my church's yard sale, and I love it. It fits perfect. Again, more of my tassels. It always spruces up a little arrangement. I hope my little wiggling of the camera doesn't make you dizzy. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that's the other matching piece to the Artistic Impressions and the TV. Very basic. Notice the Atari, it really works. It's the new version. So this is it. Hope you enjoyed the quick little tour. I just decided to do some stills so that you can see it without my shaky hand. So to just be a repeat, I hope you enjoy and have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.